Chat, you guys want to know something funny?
Cultural tour.
Xylox is so disconnected from Quebec that he didn't even know the political affiliation of our current government. I actually can.
In our time.
Like, I get it, right? Because honestly, who the fuck cares about Quebec politics?
Opera show.
But also, it's really funny. Did you look at the upcoming Abyss leaks? I did not, and honestly, I'm scared. I'm scared. You versus the guy he tells you the guy she tells you not to worry about. What are these sides? Why is this AoE fight as tanky as a single target boss? And there's a wave before it. What the fuck? Okay. You know what? I like the field generator. This is... Wait, oh, wait. That's the... Oh. No, you know what? It's a good Abyss for Neuvillette with Dea. That's a local legend? Yeah, I realized that. I'm like, oh. Oh, shit. Terrible Abyss for Shao, isn't it? No! No! They have such a good first and second chamber for Shao, and then... I guess you can play him second side, but still. Man. What do you mean Vape Shao is gonna lament? True. These changed, or what? No. I mean, I don't like, aware. I don't like bosses that are like this. It's just cringe. It's just cringe. 90% animal res, yeah. I was gonna say I'm gonna play Nilo in first half, then you scroll to 12-3. It's like, fuck, yeah. I mean, it's not that bad, but yeah. Is Utao good first half? And this Abyss, she'll be fine. Probably a little better at second half than first half, but yeah. I know how much damage a local legend. We'll do less than an overworld, most likely. Last time there was a local legend in Abyss on floor 11, it was a lot less damage than an overworld. First thoughts on Arlecchino? But we don't know shit about her yet, do we? Like, literally all we know is she takes off her clothes. And apparently that's not even fake. Like, she takes off her jacket or something. Chiori, no changes? Thoughts on Chiori? Yeah, I mean, she's fine, right? Like, at the end of the day, she's the kind of character that if they don't keep releasing Geo units, she's pretty boring. But she has some interesting implications for future units, which I do like. Will I pull for her? No, definitely not. I don't have Ito, and I don't care for her character much. Nor do I care for her animations. They look kind of ugly to me. Either way, if you are playing Acheron, alright, if you're planning on pulling for Acheron, here's what you need to do. You need to go start farming either the Wind set or the Hacker Space set, and just look for as many speed substats as possible. Because you're gonna need your Pilla, and your Silver Wolf, and your Healer on a lot of speed. A lot of speed. Why? Because every time your Nihility units, every time your debuffers have a turn, they give Acheron 1 energy. So the faster they are, the more energy they give her. And because they don't really scale off of stats other than speed, there's no downside to it. When I run speed boots on Acheron herself, I mean, you can do that. But what does that have to do with your other units being fast? You still want your other units to be fast, whether you run her on speed boots or not. I was gonna push Acheron 4 times a turn with super fast burn up plus sparkle. Clueless. Clueless. Acheron damage without the Nihility passive. Clueless. Surely it will be good. Clueless. Alright. So, it's time to talk about Lantern Rite and my overall thoughts on it. I think that this year's Lantern Rite is by far the best one so far. I've never really liked the Lantern Rite story all that much in previous years. But I think that this year, it was actually written competently. There were interesting plot elements, and a lot of things happened that weren't just explained by Paimon. I wasn't that big of a fan of the last act, the one with the Fontaine characters. Basically just felt like fan service. Ooh, wow, look. These characters are here. Say hi to them. I think that the only part that was somewhat interesting was Zhongli avoiding Neuvillette. But I wish we got, like, more information on that. I wish they actually met, maybe, or something like that. I think that outside of that, the last act was kind of just was there. And I obviously, I mean, I've talked about before how I don't like how much they sanitized Cloud Retainer from the story initially. Kind of wish they let her just be kind of a snob, you know? Although I like the conclusion of the story, I thought it was a bit odd that MC was meddling in Gaming's family business that much. Like, I get that you care, but maybe I'm thinking too much about it. I mean, yeah, but that's just inconsistent main character characterization. Sometimes MC is like, cares a lot about things and is incredibly nosy, and sometimes MC just sees fucking genocide happening and is like, you know what, I don't really want to help, I just want to fucking find my sibling. That's just MC's character being inconsistent, and honestly, I can't blame the writer. I can't blame the writers for it, because the writers of this quest were just probably not the same writers as the people who write the Archon quest. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do? MC is already inconsistent. Like, what are they supposed to do? Right? They did Dirty by Mooncarver and Mountain Shaper. Honestly, I kind of like that they did. Like, I get that, ooh, wow, sad. Saddies. They're generic-looking NPCs. But that's what they're supposed to be. You know? They're disguises. They don't want to stand out. They want to look like NPCs. It was one of my biggest criticisms of Zhongli, is that his clothes look nothing like anyone else in Leah. And you're telling me he's trying to fucking go undercover? He's trying to go Rex Incognito? Rex Incognito my ass! He stands the fuck out! You know? Like, I don't think that's why they were given pretty boring models. I think they were given boring models because they just couldn't be bothered. But I don't mind it because I feel like it works for the story. But yeah, outside of those things that I didn't like all that much, I thought that the story was actually really good. I thought that the way that they portrayed Gaming and his father, the relationship, like, it was portrayed fairly well. I think that it was a bit rushed to some extent, but that's kind of a limitation that they have to do. Like, there's not much they can do about rushing it. It's a fucking event that is going to last a few days only. But outside of feeling a bit rushed, I thought that the plot elements were very interesting and executed well. Is Shenyan trying to blend in as well? Yes and no. He doesn't care as much about not being recognized. But yeah, like, it was very predictable, right? I mean, as soon as we met Gaming and he was like, yeah, my dad, you know, wants me in the business, I said on stream, I was like, okay, what? So this story is gonna end by fucking Gaming dancing for his dad and his dad being like, you know what? You're pretty good. Maybe dancing isn't so bad after all. You have showed me the way, the error of my ways. But I liked what they did with both with Zhongli and with Cloud Retainer and Shenhe. I thought it was actually like very funny what they did with Cloud Retainer and Shenhe. Right, like they're basically, they tried to show a good example of what familial love looks like, but because they're such a fucked family, they ended up just showing such a terrible example of familial love, and showing Shenhe being such a, what Gaming's dad considered to be a fucking disappointment, that he thought, you know what, maybe my son isn't so bad. And yeah, Gaming himself also thinking that's what they were doing it's amazing, right? Like it was great. It was great. It was very funny. I liked it a lot. I did not like the fucking Ganyu Shenhe fan service. They're basically fucking sisters. It's weird as shit. Please don't do it again. I'm actually begging you. There's a difference between hoo wow horny Coomer and hoo wow horny Coomer. These are adopted sisters, you know? Like, please. I am begging. Use any characters that are not related. Just do it with characters that are not related. I am actually begging. Just please. Which part when she put fucking mint oil or whatever on her horns and then touched her horns and it was weird. It was weird, man. I forgot that part. Yeah, I get it, man. I want to forget it as well. Was it weird? Yes, it was. It was like fanfic writing? Yeah. Aware. Anyways, that's the part I disliked the most, for sure. I didn't get that vibe. Your innocence must be preserved. I'm happy for you.